So the state understands um, that essentially the contested issues are uh, um, the date of when the current child support and current medical support would start, and current dental support would start. Um, Non-disclosure of address for Mr. Seward. State understands that for the address, Mr. Seward would like that not to be disclosed as he is concerned with harassment from Ms. Dillard. Um, I understand Ms. Dillard is opposed to that. As for the date of when support starts, um, I understand Ms. Dillard would like it to be the date after Mr. Seawood was served. And it appears that he was served on I think as you said, uh, August 30th, 2024. So presumably the support
All right,
starting.
I saw a waiver. I saw a waiver. I didn't see a service citation. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh yeah, I think that, yeah, yes, Your Honor. I may have
I
wrote that
think
wrong.
I thought the waiver was in October, as you said, it's in August.
October 30th, Your Honor.
Okay, so mom's requesting the start date of November 1st of last year, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
I understand that if the court does grant November 1st, 2024 start date for current child, current medical, and current dental, um, the state would prefer to take judgment on the arrears um, as of October, as of the last day of October 2024. State offers what has been marked as State's Exhibit 1 into evidence.
All right, Mr. Seawood, Miss Dillard, are you there, folks? Unmute yourselves and turn on the videos. Ken.
Yes, sir.
All right. This is State's Exhibit number 1. Is there any objection to State's 1 coming to evidence that shows what payments have been made in your case? Any objection, Ms. Dillard?
No, sir.
Mr. Seawood?
No, sir.
All right, State's 1's admitted. Anyway, I'll
Thank you, Your Honor.
proceed with the
So the state would like judgments be taken if the court does do November 1st, would then be $24,894.18 as of October 31st, 2024 for the child support arrearage. And then for the medical support arrearage, as of that same date, $8,830.57. If not, if the court just starts it June 1st, then state would like to take judgment as of April 30th, 2025. Child support arrearage at that date is $26,339.34. And then the medical support arrearage is $9,361.45. State understands that Ms. Dillard, even if we go back to November 1st, would prefer the judgment to be taken at that April 30th. The state's opposed to that, Your Honor, because that'd mess up our finances. Having current support starting before we confirm arrears would mess up our system, Your Honor.
I know how it works, Mr. Welch, and I'll go ahead and, ma'am, whatever date when I start the child support, the date I'm looking at is going back to the date of the month before, whichever date I choose, ma'am, because that's the way the record has to be done. It's an accounting thing. So I'll let both mom and dad know that. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. And then the parties do agree as to the amount of health and dental. Health being through Miss Dillard's private insurance through Marketplace, I believe, $50 per month for just the child. And then dental through Miss Dillard's employment at $20 per month just for the child. And then let's see. And then the current child support, Your Honor. So the state understands that Mr. Seawood is currently making $21.30 per hour, around 40 hours per week. State bases that off of he sent us his latest Hobby Lobby pay stub. And I also have a letter from his from Hobby Lobby stating how much he's making. So he does understand that he at one point made much more at a place called Wilson Art, and we have pay stubs for that as well. I believe Miss Dillard would prefer to use those numbers, but the state's only
Okay.
asking, Your Honor,
Okay,
for
wait,
the.
I'll need to know when he left Wilson or, again, the circumstances, the current circumstances, what the court has to look at. And so, let's find out how, let's get the information when he left Wilson Art and what, and how long has he been at Hobby Lobby, and we'll, make the appropriate decision. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. And state does understand that he that without revealing his address, he does live in Oklahoma, so the state is giving him a income tax credit as well for his child support. And I believe that's it, Your Honor.
All right, then. Well, we'll do the math as far as the math's concerned. You heard what the court needs. I need some dates on this one and confirm that. And then we'll get some testimony on why the father is requesting non-disclosure at this point. And also, I'll need some data on how often he's seeing the child in this matter, as far as and actually having a child with him in Oklahoma, if that's the case. All right. Anyway, let's get an update from these folks, and we'll take it from there. So at this time, Ms. Dillard, Mr. Seward, raise your right hands. You both solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give here today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're both officially under oath. You can put your hands down, and let's go ahead and get some. Like I say, we'll go ahead and get the data, and I'll go ahead and start making some decisions on this one. But at this time, I'll let the state go ahead and call your first witness. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. State calls Jessica Dillard. What is your full name?
Jessica Ann Dillard.
What is the full name of the child in this case?
Brandon Jamal David Seward.
And so how old is Brandon?
He's 16.
And when was he born?
10/7/2008.
So what kind of health insurance does Brandon Jr. have?
It's a Baylor Scott and White plan. I got it through Marketplace based off of my annual earnings. They give me a tax credit for it.
So how much does it cost you just for Brennan or just for Brenton?
$50.
And that's per month?
Yeah.
And so what about dental insurance?
It's about $20 a month for his portion.
And is that through private as well?
That's through my job.
And so do you agree to have the child be ordered to be under your private health and dental?
Yeah.
And do you agree for Mr. Seward to pay $50 per month for cash medical to reimburse you starting at whatever date the judge decides to start it?
Yes.
And do you agree for Mr. Seward to pay you $20 per month for reimbursement of the dental insurance starting when judge decides to start it?
Yes.
How is Mr. Seward employed as far as you're aware?
I have no idea.
Do you agree to Mr. Seward having his residential address not being disclosed in the order?
I mean, I really don't care where he lives, but they have my address. I don't know what the big deal was. Because he just started saying this now, so I don't know what his problem is, but I don't care. I don't need his address. My son doesn't go to his house anyways. He never picks him up, so it's fine. I don't need his address. But if my son does go there, I would like to know where my son's.
All right, we got it, ma'am. We got it.
Mhm.
Pass the witness. Oh, you're muted, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Dillard will be back to you in just a moment. Let's go ahead and get some information from Mr. Seward, and we'll see where this one's going. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. State calls Brandon Seward. What is your full name?
Brandon Jamal Seward.
And just to make sure, are you driving?
I'm in the car. I'm in the passenger seat, sir. My wife's driving.
All right. So would you be okay with being ordered to pay $50 to reimburse Ms. Dillard for the health insurance for Brandon Jr.?
I have no problem with that, sir.
And would you be okay with paying $20 to reimburse Ms. Dillard for the dental insurance for Brandon Jr.?
Absolutely.
And do you understand that that would be per month starting at whatever date the judge decides?
That's fine, sir.
So how are you currently employed?
I'm working at Hobby Lobby, operating yard dogs. That's kind of my MO.
So how much do you make there?
$21.30.
And how many hours per week do you typically work?
40 hours.
All right. So
11 p.m.
when was your last job before this?
I had side jobs like Southland Employment. I stopped working at Wilson Art. I think it was exactly October 28th. I had to move because of harassment to my landlord. Because I allowed Brandon to come see me. So
Okay, sir,
All right.
you're going beyond the question. Just listen, just answer the question that's asked. And
I had to move, but I've always
Sir, I understand you got a lot to say. I get it. And we're gonna go over it. So you're saying that your last job was at Wilson Art?
that's my last main job. When I moved to Oklahoma, I immediately the next day found a job, but we got laid off a week and a half later. So I'm always going to be working somewhere. That was Southland Employment, and I submitted those pay stubs.
All right. So let's focus on the Wilson Art one. So how much did you make at Wilson Art?
22. I don't know the exact amount. I can look at my pay stub right now. 20. It was 23.20, sir.
All right.
Left at.
And so how many hours did you work there?
I
Approximately?
worked 80 hours a week because that's how much I had to work. I was thankful. I was fortunate enough to be able to work that many so I can pay child support and still survive. But I can't.
All right, sir. All right. And so when did you start at Wilson Art and when did you leave?
I started in Wilson Art, I want to say August 2021.
And when did you leave?
I left October 28th, 2024.
Why did you leave?
Because I had to move because the landlord. I had to move because it was complaints filed, falsely complaints filed. So I had to move. And it was actually after Brandon just left our house. And so I moved to Waco. Brandon came over and somehow the landlord called.
Okay, okay, sir.
So I had to, because false complaints.
Sir, all right, sir.
Okay, all right, we're gonna stop this line of question, folks. I see y'all have some problems going on here, but again, I'm looking at math here. I'm not looking at why everything is the way it is. I just need to know where everything is at this point. This is an accounting thing, and I know y'all may not be trained as an accountant, but I'm a finance major, so yeah. So all I need to know is the math on this one, and whether or not the child's coming to see you at this point, so forth and so on.
I can't have him see me because every time he comes see me, which is,
okay,
Your Honor, because while we're in court, my son, I used to love my son to come see me, but every time he would leave, his mom would obviously have my address, and then the landlord's call, so it's not a coincidence. So now I'm in a position where I can't even see my son because
okay, sir. So she says she doesn't need her address at this point, but again, I'll figure out if I'm going to do that, and obviously I'm not changing the visitation order. Okay, that's not before the court at this point. Whatever visitation order you have that's going to be your visitation order at the end of the day. Because the only modification I'm looking at is the child support. So if you want to see your child, that's left up to you. But I will make a decision on the non-disclosure. All right.
He always has to babysit. So I would like to know my order because if she denies my visitation, I will file for consent or contempt.
There you go. That's your right, sir. But for right now, you got to get that done. You got to get it set up. But the bottom line is, right now, the only thing what I just need to do is figure out the dates and the times, and I'll figure out what the math is. Because again, the law is I should start at the date of that you signed the first of the month after you signed that waiver, sir. And that's what I'm probably looking at. But for right now, is if this is going to be your job going forward, this is what the court. I'll see whether or not the court's going to use that. We're looking at a $2 difference between the hourly rate and you would sound like you were getting a lot of overtime, so I'm not going to consider that anyway. So the bottom line is, sir, I'm probably looking at the current rate because it's the current rate. All right, that's what I got to go with. I just need to know, is this something long-term? This is something short-term? Are you out there looking for a new job? I'll let the state go down that path and we'll figure this one out. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. So for your state income tax, do you file married filing separately?
Married but filed separately. Married but separately.
All right. So based off of what you're making currently at Hobby Lobby, the 2130, I'm giving you credit for state income tax and other things. Would you be agreement with current child support of $465 per month starting whenever the judge thinks it should start?
Yes, sir.
Now, so that the job you had, the side job you had when you first moved to Oklahoma, how did you get fired, or how did you leave from that?
I didn't get fired. We got laid off. It was at Amazon. It was through Southland Appointment. It was a temp agency, just so I can have some money coming in. It was like a contract job.
Great.
It was something that I can get so I can work immediately.
All right. And
it just expired. And
got it, sir. Got it. So do you want the court to not disclose your residential address in the order?
Yes, I've had to move 3 times, and it's
All right, sir. So why do you want it to be not disclosed?
Mr. Welch says she's got no problem with it, so I'm going to grant it.
Thank you.
All right. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, I think a 16-year-old can figure out how to let his dad know where he is. I mean, his mom or dad knows where he is. Okay, he's 16. He's not 6. So there we go. Anyway, sir, as far right now, you're working at Hobby Lobby. Is this a long-term position, sir? Is this you're not working there through a temp agency or anything like that? You're actually an employee. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I absolutely am.
Okay, and what's your title there, sir?
I'm a yard dock operator, just backing up trailers into the dock.
Okay. All right, then. And then is that what you've been normally doing? Is that what you did for Wilson Art?
Yes, sir. Well, actually, I was a loader, and we had to go get our trucks. Now I'm just a yard dog, so I like this job better.
Okay. All right, then. And how long have you been working for Hobby Lobby?
2 weeks, sir.
Okay.
And I provided a letter. I don't know if he submitted it to you.
Oh, well, no, he gave information on it. All right. All right. Any other questions to this witness this time, Mr. Welch?
And so, how many other children besides Brandon Jr. do you have?
That I'm paying for
Just how many other children?
Like 5
just how many other children?
5. I have 5.
I don't know if I don't know if maybe it was just me, but I couldn't hear your response. Wi-Fi isn't so great, maybe with the storm. So what did you say? How many children do you have besides Brandon Jr.?
I have 6.
You have 6 children.
But one of my daughter passed away, so I have 5.
All right. So, for the 5 children, are they all below the age of 18?
Only 3 are under 18.
3 are under 18.
That's what my problem is, because I'm going to continue to be in the arrears.
Got it, sir. Got it. And just to make sure, you're not counting Brandon Jr. in this.
No, sir.
All right. And are these children older or younger than Brandon Jr.?
They're younger. Brandon's the oldest out of my youngers.
And Your Honor, so I thought there originally were 2 outside children.
Confirm that he's been found to be their legal father, Mr. Welch. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. So are they biologically yours, or have you adopted those 3?
Biologically mine.
And do they live with you, or do you pay support for them?
Pay support.
For all 3 of them?
Yes, sir. 400, 300, and 300. And now I have to pay 800 for Jessica. That's more than half of my income. That's why I'm
All
glad
right,
that I'm
got it, sir. Got it, sir. So Your Honor, based off of that new information, state calculates his guideline current child support should be $429 per month. So sir, would you be willing to pay that amount then?
Yes, sir. I want to take care of my kids.
Pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, sir. The other 3 children, which state are they located in, and are you paying child support for them?
Texas.
All 3 of them, all 3 other children in Texas, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. All right, any other questions of either witness then, Mr. Welch?
Pass the witness, Your Honor. Or no further questions.
All right, at this time, folks, again, this one's, not that hard. It's math, and it's not good math, but it's the math of this one called stuff. Mr. Seward, you're so far behind on the current child support. I mean, on the unpaid child support. The interest alone is knocking you out, but obviously this is an older child, so once your child turns 18, you still have to pay the entire amount of child support going forward, plus the judgment on the arrears. So it is what it is, sir. I can't change that. So at this time, Mr. Welch, give me the math on the what would the arrearages? You said the arrearages as of the last day of October 2024 would be what again, please?
$24,894.18.
Okay, so the interest alone on that's $120 a month. So okay, so I'm looking at covering the interest, so 125. I know y'all like plus 50, but on this one, that's just not going to work. So keep going.
And then for the medical support arrears as of that same date, October 31st, 2024, it is $8,830.57.
Okay. And there's no dental, correct?
And no dental arrears, Your Honor.
All right, guys. All right, but like I said, the math on this one, but I'll go ahead and let each party give me a closing statement on what they request me to do here today. I'm looking at going ahead in order and modifying the child support. I'm going to start it as of the first day of November 2024 at the guideline amount based on what the father's current earnings are. I'm looking at going ahead and reducing the judgment, the unpaid child support, unpaid cash medical, and ordering repayment of those also starting the first day. But I'm going to start those the first day of November also going forward, because again, we're looking at a judgment as of that last day of October. And that's the only thing before the court today is, folks, is child support repayment. So at this time, and non-disclosure. So at this time, I'm going to start with you, Ms. Dillard. I'll let you make a closing statement to what you want the court to do here in this matter, and then I'll give Mr. Seward the opportunity to make a closing statement also. Thank you.
Okay, it's fine, whatever you go with. But I know besides my son, he only has 2 other children under the age of 18, not 3. So it's only 2 they're little girls. So unless there's a kid I don't know about.
All right, I'll let this part. He's still under oath, sir, and in a moment I'll let you name all 3 children who are under the age of 18. Thank you. Anything else, ma'am?
No, that's it. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Seward, closing statement, sir.
Yes, sir. I do have kids that I pay child support. They're Jalen and Malachi. I just got a letter from Jalen yesterday.
Okay, sir. Jalen and Malachi, and are they on the same child support order, or are those 2 separate children, sir?
2 separate children.
All right then, and what are their ages, please?
And Serenity and Aaliyah. Those are all kids that I'm paying child support for, sir. She knows.
Okay, sir, answer my question. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. So you said you had 3 other children under the age of 18, other than the child before this court. You say now you got 4?
Jalen is
think
an
he's-
adult,
Okay.
but I'm still, sir. I just got a letter stating Hobby Lobby that it was going to send a letter for Jalen. So I'm still paying for all my kids, sir.
All right, sir. Go ahead and give me. Okay, go ahead and give me the names of the 3 children that you're saying that we should be looking at on child support for this one, who are younger than the child before this court, and who's before this court this time. Please give me that and give it to me slowly. Who's the oldest one? Then go to the next down, and then the following, and then the youngest. So who's the oldest child that you're paying child support that's not before this court, sir?
Malachi,
Okay, his last name.
Seward,
All right. And how old is Malachi?
22.
Okay, Malachi doesn't count toward child support, sir. You're paying back child support on that child?
Yes, sir.
All right, that doesn't count, sir. I'm only looking at children you got to pay current child support for. Next child.
Jalen is the one I got the letter for yesterday.
Okay. And what's Jalen's last name?
Seward,
All right. And how old is Jalen?
21.
So that's back child support also, sir?
Yes, sir. Current child support.
Not out of Texas, it's not, sir. That
Has
child.
Jalen graduated from high school, sir?
Yes, sir. But I'm still paying child support. I just received a letter in the mail.
Okay, sir, you're not paying child support. You're paying unpaid. You're repaying unpaid child support, sir. I'm only looking at children who are under the age of 18. You're still paying active child support for and haven't graduated from high school. So
Serenity and Aaliyah.
okay, Serenity and Aaliyah. Okay, Serenity. How's Serenity?
She's 9.
All right then, and the other child.
Aaliyah is 2 years old.
Okay then. All right then, yes, sir. I can only give you credit for 2 children that you're paying current child support for. So I'll let the state redo the math on that. Thank you.
And yes, Your Honor. So 2 children outside would be $465 for
Okay.
current child support.
All right, here's the deal, sir. Again, you may still be paying child support, but you're paying unpaid child support. You're paying back child support you did not pay when the children were under the age of 18. In this case, also, you're going to be paying child support long after this child's over the age of 18 because of the arrearage is owed. But at least everything you pay now goes toward arrearage. At that point, we'll be going toward arrearages and not current child support. But again, I can only order child support. I can only give you credit for the 2 that are on current child support. All right, so, and the state saying the math on that is $465 a month. I'm looking at starting at the first day of November. I'm looking at the cash medical and the dental as testified to based on what mom actually pays for those, and one through the marketplace and the other through her job. And both those will start the first day of November. I'm looking at reducing to the arrears to child that you owe an unpaid child support. The interest of loan on the child support amount is $120 a month, sir. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this an interest only case because again, you got way too many obligations. But these are the circumstances. So I'm looking at going ahead and ordering a repayment of $125 on the child support and $45 a month on the cash medical. And unfortunately, I got to base those start making those payments due on the first day of December also, because that's the date started finishing up on the judgment as far as the what was owed based on the new child support amount started in the judgment of when the old child support was. So again, sir, that's your child support, that's your cash medical, that's your dental. And those are the repayment on the unpaid portions of those 2 items of child support and cash medical. Question, sir.
My back support total?
Give it to him again, Mr. Welch.
So Your Honor, so it was 125 for the child support arrears repayment. I couldn't catch the medical.
I only ordered the 85 repayment on the cash medical on child support. I know y'all tried to add the 50, but he's got way too many obligations. I'm just going with the interest on this one.
What does that mean? What
total,
does that mean?
the total, sir, for those 2 would be 210.
Okay, no. I need to know. He needs to know the exact amount owed as of those two as of that date, Mr. Welch.
You want to know the arrears amounts?
Right.
All right. So as of October 31st, 2024, your child support arrears are $24,894.18.
Okay, stop. All right, sir, Mr. Seward, the interest on that judgment is $120 a month. Texas has 6% in judgment interest on everything. So the interest alone is $120 a month on that item, and to keep that from going up another dime, I've got to charge at least 120. I'm looking at only charging you 125 because again, you've got so many other obligations, sir. So next amount on the unpaid cash medical, Mr. Welch.
So the arrears for the unpaid cash medical as that same date is $8,830.57.
All right, sir. Okay, I made a mistake on that one. So the interest alone on that one is $40 a month. So I'm going to go ahead and order repayment on that amount at $50 a month going forward, and that keeps it from going up also, sir. So that all three of those amounts, the new child support and the unpaid child support and the unpaid cash medical, they all start the first day of November 2025 at those 2024 at those amounts.
And Your Honor, the new cash medical and cash dental, current cash medical, cash dental are all starting that same day as well?
Yes. I don't think there's any way around that since we're doing judgments as of those dates.
And then court costs, Your Honor.
All right, sir. You ever in the United States military?
No, sir.
Okay. Here's the deal, sir. You owe a lot of money. I'm not going to hit you with the county stuff, so I'll waive Bell County court costs.
Thank you.
I think I'm good, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna start with you, sir. Then I'm gonna go back to Ms. Dillard. Any other questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right, Ms. Dillard.
Yes, sir?
Any questions, sir? You got any questions, ma'am?
No.
All right. All right. That's the math of everything. I'll let the state prepare that order. Again, new child support, new cash medical, new dental starts November 1st, as of November 1st and going forward. As far as the old amount, the old judgments are made as of the 31st of October, and the repayments on those start the 1st of November also. And I'll go ahead and let the state prepare that order, and the state's going to send you both a copy of it. You've got the chance to review it and sign off on it. If you don't sign off on it, it will still be forwarded to me, and I will sign off on it based on the fact that those are my rulings. Is there anything else at this time, Mr. Welch?
No, Your Honor.
Is the
That's
party
it.
free to go, or do you need them back in? You want them back in breakout, or are they free to go?
I would like them back in breakout rooms so I can have them sign. But that's it.
All right. The state's going to put you back in breakout rooms and prepare the paperwork and let y'all review it one way or the other, and whether or not you want to sign it, that's left up to each of you. And at this time, the court's off the record. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.